Hello, friends. This is Mac Payne here, founder, owner, and operator of the Vietnam Veteran News podcast, where we bring you news about the Vietnam War and the brave veterans who served there, as told to you by yours truly, a Vietnam veteran. In this short video, I have a feel-good story to share with you. This story has to do with an honor flight. Specifically, an honor flight out of the Ozarks, Springfield, Missouri. This story is not about how the honor flight got financed or organized or what they did there in DC. It is more about what happened to the honor flight Vietnam veterans when they returned to the Ozarks there in Springfield, Missouri. It is a wonderful story because of their reception. Many times you hear stories about how the veterans are received when they come home. This one is even better than anything you've heard. It's all right there in a story that appeared in the Springfield News Leader. This story tells about the honor flight that departed on the morning of July the 7th, 2026. They flew to Washington, D.C. The veterans were taken on a tour of all the monuments there. And that afternoon, they returned to Springfield. What was waiting for them was a wonderful thing. They had hundreds of people who'd come to the airport to greet them when they returned. Even though the flight was delayed 1 hour, nobody left. They all stayed. And when the veterans got back, they gave them a welcome that would make them forget any of the bad things that happened to them when they came home before. Something else that's interesting about this story is that not only do they talk about the honor flight, it also shares a little bit of history about the Vietnam War. And they do a pretty good job of it. Most of it's fairly accurate. But what they don't mention is that all those Vietnam veterans are true heroes because they actually won the war. They did not lose, as many people say. Unfortunately, for more than 50 years, Vietnam veterans have been saddled with the term loser. You know how that makes you feel when someone calls you a loser? When you read my book, How America Won the Vietnam War, you will know Vietnam veterans are not losers. They are winners. After you read this book, there is no way you can deny the fact America won that war. So do yourself a favor, get a copy of that book and read it. It is available exclusively at Amazon. Over at the website, VietnamVeteranNews.com, there will be a link there where you can click on it and get a copy of that book in no time and be reading it. Doesn't take long to read it, maybe an hour or so. It is a small book with a big message. I encourage all Vietnam veterans to read it, especially those who went on the honor flight. Last Tuesday, out of Springfield, Missouri. They would enjoy it. To help you access the podcast episode I just put up about this honor flight, which is episode number 3316, I have set up 3 helpful, easy ways for you to get to this episode. The first, easiest, and quickest is to merely scroll down below this 1965 vintage Philco TV set. There you should find a live link that'll take you straight to the episode. If for some reason you cannot access the link on the device you're watching this video with, as Crocodile Dundee would always say, no worries. All you've got to do is go to this URL, VietnamVeteranNews.com. Go there and you can quickly click on episode 3316 and be listening to this wonderful story about the honor flight participants from Springfield, Missouri. But wait, there is more. There's a third way you can easily access this podcast episode, and that is for anyone who likes the convenience of QR codes. I have you covered. I have created a QR code just for you that will take you straight to that podcast episode. So there you have 3 easy ways you can get to the podcast episode and listen to this wonderful story. before you go to the podcast episode 3316, do me a big favor. Like this video. The more people who like it means the more people will see it. And that is what we want. We want people to hear this story. Another way you can help is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And that'll bring them in too. So with that, I will say, thank you for listening to this short video. And now please go over and listen to podcast episode 3316 of the Vietnam Veteran News Podcast. I thank you for listening. And here is the QR code. And don't worry about having to scramble around real quick and grab your phone and turn on the camera and shine it toward the QR code. I will leave this code up so you'll have plenty of time to do that. Get your phone out, turn on the camera, point it toward the code, and then be listening. So here's the code. Go for it. Did you have time to link to the code? If not, no worries. I will leave this up long enough for you to do just that. So go for it. I will now end this video. Thank you so much for listening. And please go over and listen to podcast episode 3316. We will talk soon.